Hello, Ravens fans, and welcome to another season preview. I'm Aaron Schneider, Sports Information Director at Anderson University, and joining us for our women's soccer preview is head coach Jennifer Myhre. How are you doing today?
Doing well, so appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
All right, now first to kick things off, just kind of the standard to go through. What are your goals / expectations for this year?
Yeah, we have high expectations. Just finished a great preseason, and probably one of our smoothest ones. Just teams staying connected as a group, being ready athletically, and so we're excited. I mean, we were ranked 4th in the conference, and I think that we're going to be in that top 4, and we're going to contend for that final spot. So we have definitely the depth and the chemistry that's key to make it far into the conference tournament.
Yeah, and then so last year you guys got the 4th seed in the conference tournament. It'll be at least different looking, given that we're graduating 10 seniors, we're bringing in 16 freshmen. What is that dynamic itself going to bring into this year?
Yeah. I think with the young ones that they're hungry, they're eager to learn. And so even just from our first scrimmage to our second scrimmage, saw a lot of growth and development. They add a lot of depth to the team, which I think is good. So almost in every position, we can rotate players through. That's going to just help with sustaining all throughout the season and keeping us healthy till the end. And so, they're eager, they're working hard. The upperclassmen are leading well, sort of just modeling the way, and it's been a really group, just dynamic, and they're ready to go and excited to kick off this year.
So going into for our seniors for returning for this year, Taylor Ford, who's obviously made an impact immediately from transferring in when she came in here as a sophomore. She was an all-conference player last year. We've got Taylor Baker, who was already making an impact as a freshman, and then Brooke New, who's had a couple of breakout the past couple years. Tell us about this senior class.
Yeah. First, I want to say there's great people, and just even leaders too. There are 3 captains this year and really stepped up, just staying connected, welcoming the freshmen in, just talking about just standards, expectations, what it is to be part of the AUWS family. And so we're very excited to see that continue throughout the season. And just on the field, they're all in the attacking group, and so it's been great to have them where they know our style of play, runs and movements. Having Taylor Baker and Taylor Fort in the midfield, they combine well together. They're both very effective in the 18, and then with Brooke out wide, being able to take players on, get in behind, and just be a threat on that side. So really excited, not only great players, great people, and really just going to contribute to our success this season.
So within our junior class, we've got about 5 people coming back. We saw Emily Paulberg jump into that goalkeeper role. She had a Defensive Player of the Week accolade last year. Tell us about some of the junior class and the people to look for in there.
So Emily's returning from the keeper spot. Great, good reaction and stuff. Comes off the line, has the experience. Then defensively, center back Hannah Case. She got some time last year coming in. Really good anchor into that group and good leadership-wise with some young kids in the back line, with graduating some last year. Then in the midfield sort of target area, have a Nelly who will probably float between either the attacking mid target, very technical, checks out wide, looks to turn, take players on. Then we have Izzy Trader, who's an outside back that we pulled back last season, and that really stuck there. And then Mandy as a holding midfielder, that she came in. It's great. She was healthy this year. She was in and out a little bit last year, and excited to see her take that next step and been turning well on the ball and really getting into the attack and supporting play.
All right, and then if we look into our sophomore class, we got some impact players there. We saw Kylie Roberts get all conference last year, made some really good defensive contributions, especially as our core senior defenders last year were kind of going through some injuries. She really stepped into some roles there. We saw some people like Lily Casey and Lauren Brown have some offense impact as well. Among some of the sophomores in the class, go through your sophomore class and what will that look like for this year?
Yeah, and it's great having them have a year experience, got through our spring training, which we really see sort of steps and developments. I'm so excited. So yeah, defensively with Kylie Roberts back there. She has the experience. Her and Hannah have been playing well together, so that's a good duo with returning experience. And then outside on the wings, have Riley Schultz and Holly. Both came back in shape, ready, and so excited to see, just their sort of impact on the field. And so it's been nice to see that step up. And Riley had a cross and a goal on our first scrimmage, and so excited to see how she continues to produce on that. Lauren also on a winger, coming back, had some experience last year in that position. Just love her energy in her fights, and just continue seeing her to grow and develop. Lily up top is doing well, is battling back from an injury right now, and so taking the last couple days to rest, recover, and excited to get her back this week. Definitely a presence in that target position. And then rounding out that class, Kate Bender, she's coming back from a hip surgery, but it's been awesome just being there supporting. Hopefully by the end of the season be able to get back some. And then Riley Shrink coming with sort of shoulder things, been in and out a little bit, hopefully just getting her healthy and back into the mix.
All right, and then finally we go to our freshman class, kind of reloading from a large senior class, bringing in 16 freshmen. Tell us a little bit about the people to watch for in that freshman class.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It seems like every 2 years we had these cycles of large classes that have really stayed together consistently, with graduating 10 last year, and then even 2 years prior to that had a great group. And so it's a class that's really, even in the recruiting process, I thought it was great fits for Anderson as far as people's players, and even their connection to each other during the academic year and even over the summer. So it was even within 2 or 3 days, it's like the team felt like they knew each other, and that's amazing to have 16 new people who don't even know each other on the field play and connect. And so excited to see them continue, grow and develop. We have in that back position Adrian Wires for a goalkeeper, who's very athletic, reads the game well, comes out, and so definitely with her and Emily have great position roles there in the goalkeeper position. Defensively, center back wise, likely Izzy Jaja and Julia will help step in there. And then on outside backs, sort of a rotation with Megan Foster stepped up. She's normally a center back, pulled her wide. Kira Dashowitz, and then backs, Rebecca Fannin, sort of was a winger. We pulled her back just because of our needs in the back line. Just, reads it well, gets forward into the attack. From a holding mid standpoint, see rotation in there. That Paige Tamalos from Columbus area, she's really stepped in and really read it well, has great speed of play. And then Julie is another one that's going to probably anchor in that center area. Outside wings, a lot of we have great depth there from the returners and even the freshmen. Caroline, who's can probably play right and left, really good speed, athletic, scored our first goal in the scrimmage, just all read the cross and went through it, and that sometimes it was just the effort to get in behind it. And then Kendall, who's a local from Hamilton Heights here, to see a rotating outside wing or so up top in the target position area. Midfield have a lot of depth and options there. We have Hannah Thompson, we have a lot from the Columbus area this year that stepped in, reading the game well. Lily Wessels from Seymour, really dynamic, really quick combinations, can finish the ball well. And then Rebecca Hayes is also good touch, simple, and it's getting back to from an injury, but excited to get her hopefully this week into that mix in there. And then up top, we have Emily, who's probably target forward, Crown Point area. Scored 2 goals in our second scrimmage, really composed right in front of the box and been turning well. And then a couple others are sort of battling some injuries, getting back to. So Abby Fessel is coming back from an ACL, but just from a team dynamic, she's been all in, just supporting, been there for the team. And then Grace Mattel from Wisconsin, probably the defensive line, just getting her back and healthy in the space too. And so I think that rounds them out. Excited to see how.
Yeah, it's always
goes.
exciting to see that kind of number, and how you're usually bound to see someone who see a few people jump off the page right away and make an immediate impact to what's been great stretch for women's soccer so far. So one of the things I noticed while putting together the recruiting announcement on the freshmen, and it's just a theme with women's soccer in general, the family concept. It's something that's really been really big for you. And for a lot of freshmen, they really felt that kind of like sentiment, like so kind of dig deeper into that, like where women's soccer is with that.
Yeah, and it all originates from our overall philosophy and mission statement is like that. Have one passion, one team, one purpose. Just passion enough to play, being one team, one family, both on and off the field, and the purpose of whatever you do, we want to do for excellence for the glory of God. And I think they're all bought into that. And we always say, like, your teammates, like your friends first, and then your teammates second. And so we really got to be intentional about all the connections prior to we get here. Over the summer, we do some things called Teammate of the Week, where each week they're paired up with a teammate, and then they're just to check in with them, and then it rotates. So hopefully by the end of the summer, you've talked to at least 15 players on the team, with a lot of, almost a split 50-50 upperclassmen, freshmen. We did a big and little sis over the summer, so they had someone just to, hey, be intentional. If you have questions, reach out to. And then our theme this year is just the idea of all of one, that all of us are one team, one family all together. Everyone has a role. Everyone has something to contribute, different strengths, and so we need everyone to be their best so the team can be the best it can be. And so I think it's those who have gone before have had that culture. They've left the legacy, and even in the recruiting process, the current team did a really good job just welcoming them. Just, hey, this is what we're about, and makes it a fun atmosphere that people want to be a part of. And so it's definitely a strength and a key to who we are as a program.
Okay, and then going into looking at our opener for this year, it's on Thursday. It's at 5 p.m. at St. Mary's of the Woods College. Tell us about what you're looking to see out of that first match.
Yeah, no, I think when we come ready prepared and we say just do the little things well. And our 3 key points taken away from the scrimmage was just, can we play simple? So just forcing things to find quick feet, looking away, can we turn away from pressure? 2 is just our awareness, so understanding our runs, our options. And then third thing is just, defensively as a team, can we step up and press high as a whole group? St. Mary's played this past weekend. They beat Iowa Wesleyan 5-3. They have 2 front runners that are athletic. One of them, Kennedy Craig, actually scored on us last year. It was a 1-0 game. Thought that last year we played overall well, but we just couldn't finish in the final third.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I think our depth in the attacking area, our ability to finish, we had one practice, we were doing crossing and some slot balls, and we were hitting the ball really well in the back of the net. And so I think we're definitely going to have that offensive presence this year, which is exciting. And I think back line, if they stay just connected, composed, they step well, step tight together, it should be a great match, and one that I have no reason why we can't be on top if we come and execute the way that we should.
Okay, and then obviously throughout the season, every match is important, obviously, but is there any that's stick out non-conference or conference-wise?
Yeah, non-conference-wise, I say it's definitely a strong schedule. I mean, we play, there's no easy games. You have to show up every day. After St. Mary's, we go to St. Louis and play Webster. They're always a good, strong, probably top 30 team. We played them 3 years ago prior to COVID. We lost 2-1 in overtime on the last second. And
yes.
So it will be a good test and show us, okay, that's going to be sort of the top conference schools are going to play like that. And then another good test, Calvin, right before the season begins. And so they're always, top 25 team, and definitely think that we're ready to sort of battle and definitely compete with them this year.
Okay, and then finally, what does your team need to do this year to be successful?
I think just take care of the little things. And so if we do it are we opening up the right way across our body? Are we checking our shoulder? Are we finding the connecting passes? That's on the field stuff. And then off the field, stay connected as a team, support each other, and know that it's a long season. We're going to take it one step at a time. So we even saw it from last year where non-conference was a little bit of up and down, but then we turned it on in conference time. And so it's each day matters, every game matters, and we know it's a journey, and we're excited to finish strong and finish well.
All right, well, I think I covered the questions I wanted to. Ravens fans, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow along with any more previews, any more content we may put out on YouTube. Of course, follow along with your women's soccer team this season. They have their season opener on Thursday at 5 p.m. at St. Mary's the Woods College. Coach Myhre, thank you for joining us, and good luck this year.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it, Aaron.